So why am I here? Why am I in this small town, in old Yugoslavia, now Bosnia? Why have so many people come with me? How come thousands come here every year, and since 1981 millions? Why did you come to Medjugorje?
Curiosity.
It all began when 6 Yugoslavian children claimed they saw an extraordinary apparition on a mountain just outside Medjugorje. It was a young woman surrounded by light. She told them she was the Virgin Mary. On the first day, around 6 o'clock in the evening, on a hill now known as Apparition Hill, an incredibly beautiful young woman with a little child in her arms beckoned for the children to come closer. They immediately thought she was Our Lady. On the second day, 2 of the children that made up the previous group were missing, Ivan Ivankovic and Milka Pavlovic. These were replaced by Jakov Kolo and Maria Pavlovic. So who were these children? Mirjana Drakicevic. In 1981 she was 18. She was university educated. She is now married with 2 daughters and lives in Medjugorje. She has been asked by the Virgin Mary to pray for unbelievers. Vishka Ivankovic. She was 17 in 1981 and is recently married and lives locally. She prays especially for the sick. Maria Pavlovic. In 1981 she was 16 years of age. She is now married with 4 boys and lives in Italy, although she is regularly in Medjugorje. She prays for all souls in purgatory. Ivan Drakicevic. Ivan was 16 and is now married with 3 children and lives in Boston, USA, although he is in Medjugorje very often. Ivanka Ivankovic. She was 15 and is now married with 3 children and lives near Medjugorje. She prays for families. Jakov Kolo. In 1981 he was 10, the youngest in the group. He is married with 3 children and lives in Medjugorje. He is still receiving regular apparitions. The children first saw the Virgin Mary on the 24th of June 1981 and are still seeing her to the present day. They went back into Medjugorje and described their experience, saying that Our Lady was beautiful and appeared as a 3-dimensional person. On the 5th day, Medjugorje was flooded with 15,000 people having heard the visionaries' stories. On the 6th day, the parents of Daniel Serga had brought their daughter for divine intervention. She was miraculously healed. Nobody believed them, and soon they were taken to Chitluk to be confronted by a psychologist.
I felt that the duty to examine the children was beyond my field of competence. I didn't even know which questions to ask them. So I asked them general questions in order to discern if they were normal. These interviews enabled me to deduce that their perception of space and time was completely intact. There was no delirium, no hallucination, neither auditory or visual. They described the events. I asked them if they had taken drugs. They denied it. They were absolutely convinced about what they had seen.
But the children continued to see the Virgin Mary. When separated, each visionary's story collaborated with the other visionaries' stories. They said that the Virgin Mary prays with them and always addresses them as dear children. She gives them messages to share with the world, and these are messages of fasting, peace, praying, the family and returning to God. She says her messages are for everyone. Not only does Mary give the children messages to be shared with the world, but she gives each of them 10 secrets to eventually be revealed to the world, but not yet. These secrets are about the future of the world, and many are reported to be extremely disturbing. The visionaries are given secrets at a different rate, and once a visionary has received all 10, then the Virgin Mary no longer visits that visionary regularly, and might only appear once a year. Mirjana is the visionary who has been given the task to reveal all 10 secrets at some stage in the future. She will give a scroll with all 10 secrets written on it to a priest who she has already appointed. He will then release this to the world's media. Not long after, the first of the secrets will be actualized. Allegedly, the first secret is that the sign will appear on Apparition Hill for all the world to see. Medjugorje is considered to be a place of signs and miracles. Despite fighting going on all around Medjugorje during the Bosnian War, there were no war casualties or fatalities except for the death of one cow. Strange occurrences have been reported in Medjugorje, from incredible healings to strange events in the sky, many associated with the sun performing oddly or changing colour. Accounts of rosaries turning gold is also reported to be common. Similar sorts of events were reported in Fatima in Portugal after World War I, when the vision of Mary was reported by a group of children there.
Sto registrando. E questo lo mettiamo sul sito internet. Chiama Armando! 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 Perché invece sul mio non si vede?
Oh my gosh! Oh, I hope this is coming out.